Why do people who tend to go for 5- and 6-figure watches respect a brand like Seiko? How did Seiko earn the respect of watch enthusiasts and market rivals without leaning into becoming a luxury company? The answer has very little to do with watches. Money can buy an expensive watch, but it can't buy respect. If it could, every luxury watch brand would be admired the same way. They're not. Somehow, a company selling watches for a few $100s earned the respect of the very people who could afford almost any watch in the world. In 1881, Seiko was founded by Kintaro Hattori. Seiko is a Japanese word meaning exquisite. Seiko grew into a very successful company, producing pocket watches and wristwatches, and the name Seiko was well known in Japan. But in September 1923, disaster struck. An earth-shattering 7.9 earthquake hits, known as the Great Kanto Earthquake, that tragically took the lives of 140,000 people. The Seiko factory was completely destroyed and burned to the ground. Around 1,500 customer clocks and watches left for repair were melted in the fires. Despite all company records burning in the blaze, Hattori famously offered to replace every lost customer timepiece at no charge. This act made people trust in Seiko even more, and this solidified its place among the people not as a company, but a trustworthy partner, sharing the pain of losing something together, but not stopping at that. It made an effort to give back to the community. Every customer expected to lose their watch forever. Instead, Seiko replaced every single one. Seiko then showed its resilience when it started the rebuilding in November 1923, and the wall clock production resumed by March 1924. The modern plants that defined the next era of Seiko manufacturing were constructed on the same site between 1928 and 1933. That perseverance that Seiko and its founder, Kintaro Hattori, showed in the face of such a disaster were the starting building blocks of Seiko's true character and identity. Seiko will go on after that to achieve several important milestones. In 1956, Seiko launched Japan's first automatic wristwatch, the Automatic. In 1958, Seiko developed the DiaShock anti-shock device. In 1959, Seiko launched the Gyro Marvel, which featured a revolutionary self-winding mechanism, the magic lever. But the real test presented itself in 1964. The Tokyo Olympics. Under the watching eye of the world and a global event that rely on performing under pressure and recording time in the most accurate form possible. Seiko's brilliance and accuracy showed to the world that it is a strong brand, a brand capable of performing under pressure, a brand that was able to keep competing. Just as much as the Olympians were in competition, Seiko was competing with the extremely precise Swiss watches, and not only was able to keep up, Seiko was able to outperform them. That started to give Seiko global recognition, and that competence created a global sense of respect. Up to this point, Seiko was getting its global recognition that it deserved. It showed the world that it can perform as good as the immensely proficient Swiss watchmakers. But the real question is, can you beat the Swiss? Can you defeat the giant and reach the summit? Between the 1960s and 1980s, a war took place between Seiko and the Swiss watchmakers, known as the Quartz War, or the Quartz Crisis. To keep it simple and short, inside every quartz clock is a tiny quartz crystal. When electricity passes through it, the crystal vibrates at a perfectly consistent speed. Those vibrations act like an ultra-precise heartbeat, helping the clock keep time far more accurately than old-fashioned mechanical clocks. Quartz watch technology was pivotal for the following reasons: more compact, cheaper, more accurate. A cheat code when it comes to watchmaking. A groundbreaking technology at that time. In 1969, Seiko delivered a knockout punch. A punch, or a watch, called the Astron, and it became the world's first commercially available quartz wristwatch. Yes, it would cost a fortune at that time, but it was the first of its kind. Not only a watch, a statement that Seiko is now the leading watchmaker in the whole world. The ramifications of such an achievement were so devastating to the Swiss watch industry and hundreds of Swiss companies either went bankrupt, were liquidated, or disappeared through mergers and acquisitions. Seiko's bravery to take on and defeat the Swiss giants through innovation made their name a global powerhouse. Providing watches with a premium feel and look at affordable prices, making Seiko an emblem of humility towards customers' financial situations. Just when people thought quartz technology couldn't get any better, Seiko had another breakthrough. In 1988, they unveiled the world's first auto-quartz watch. Instead of relying on a traditional battery, it converted the natural movement of your wrist into electricity. Simply wearing the watch was enough to keep it powered. Seiko didn't achieve its global recognition through luxurious statements or selling you a story or a culture behind its products. Seiko earned that respect, because respect is earned through repeated proof of character, not through price. Luxury can be bought, prestige can be marketed, but respect is different. Respect is earned through decades of proving yourself when it matters most. It mattered to rise up after the Great Kanto earthquake, not only to rebuild, but to give back. It mattered when Seiko rose to the occasion of the Tokyo Olympics. It mattered when they went head-to-head against the Swiss watchmakers and won through innovation and understanding the day-to-day client. That's why Seiko isn't merely admired because it's affordable. It's admired because time and time again, it earned the right to be. Thank you for watching Exquisite. Hope you liked the video. Please follow, like and share. Subscribe to the channel and activate the notification bell, please. Let us know what you think in the comments below. If you're curious to experience what made Seiko earn this reputation, you don't need to spend tens of thousands of dollars. The Seiko 5 is where many enthusiasts begin. It captures Seiko's philosophy of reliability and accessibility. The Presage combines traditional Japanese craftsmanship with mechanical watchmaking. If you're looking for something built for adventure, the Prospex has become one of Seiko's most respected collections. Hope you have an exquisite day.